start?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to Best Green Homestead. Here we're in our greenhouse and my daughter's recording this for me. And we just have a bunch of lettuce plants that went to seed and planted themselves. We have about 50 of them here and we're just going to dig them up. I'll show one of them right here right now. We're just going to transplant them. So, here's one of the little ones, like that. We've got some a little bigger and some a little smaller. And over here, pointed over here, Ember. Here we cleared out all the weeds that were here and we leveled it off a little bit. And we're just gonna take a propane torch now. Make sure it's recording. Oh, it looks like you're recording. Okay, and if I can find my lighter that I brought. Oh, here it is. Okay, you pointing it at me? Now we're gonna take a torch, and what we do is we burn over top, and that'll kill any weed seeds, because weed seeds need light to germinate, so the only seeds that will germinate will be at the top. So if I do this, and I go back and forth a few times, it will kill the weed seeds that are at the surface. And then we're gonna take, I'll turn this off for now. Then we're gonna take our bag of soil, spread that over the surface, but we didn't want to till it because then the weeds don't, it doesn't kill all the microbes and all the worms and everything. So then we're gonna put the soil down and then we're gonna burn it again just in case there was any weed seeds in the soil. And then we're gonna plant all of our seeds here in a row. And then we have the Farmer's Friend irrigation, drip irrigation system. You're all done, okay. I'll just show them here quick. We've got some carrots we transplanted that were in this area. And you can see there's lettuce there. There's a little one there. The bigger one, boom, 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 bunch. Some got ran over by the boat here. And they're just everywhere. So I just want to transplant them where I want them. And then we can weed this part after. Here's our biggest one we've got, almost ready to eat. And it's April 21st right now. So we're doing pretty good when it comes to lettuce. We planted 200 plants, but we got a bunch growing on its own. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. I don't know how good that video recorded, but we'll find out. Thanks for recording, Ember. You wanna go on the boat again? You can get down. Okay, now we spread out our 3-in-1 compost mix. We got our first little lettuce plant planted. We're gonna do 3 rows. You can see the lines. And then we got a couple carrots that we transplanted that also just grew back on their own. So now it's time. I almost forgot, and I'm gonna burn this soil just in case there's any weed seeds in the top. I'll avoid that lettuce plant though. And then we got maybe up to 100 lettuce plants to plant in here that just grew on their own for free from seeds because we let our lettuce plants go to seed. Right, Ember? Yeah. Okay, now we dug up all of our lettuce plants. We got them lined up. Ember helped to line them up as I was digging them up. She brought them all over. And you can see we're gonna divide them up into 3 rows. She got most of them just in 1 row. And she wanted to put the little baby plants with the daddy plant so that they feel safe, is what she said. Right, Ember? The babies with the daddies. What are you grabbing there? So there we go. And we got some pretty big ones growing just on their own. So we've got enough lettuce here that just grew on its own. We wouldn't even need to plant lettuce and we'd have enough lettuce for our family for the year again, just from the seeds that dropped on their own and grew. Even though I took most of the seeds away and fed them to the chickens with the plants. Pretty good if you ask me. We didn't need to plant 200 more lettuce plants. These ones are doing way better than the ones we have inside that we started a while ago.
1.
Okay, here we go. Just getting the last lettuce plant in.
No, you can't do it all the time.
And
you can do.
There we go.
Just
So
doing one.
we just transplanted them. Oh, there's one left here. Tried to keep on as much roots as we could. And maybe throw this one in somewhere next to this one. And and there we go. We got 3 rows of lettuce plants. Maybe throw in another little baby one there. And these just all sprouted, like we said, seed on their own. Now we're just gonna put some irrigation strips down.
I had to
With the Farmer Friend drip irrigation. All right, so there we go. You can see they're already looking pretty good. We burnt any weed seeds, hopefully. Some weed seeds will come back. Got a carrot there, and a couple more carrots that might pop up there. We're gonna start some carrots down here. We'll probably do a lot more carrots. And we got them started, so we're gonna be able to start having salads probably next week. We can start picking the outermost leaves off these, and we'll have enough salad. This probably is all the lettuce we need, but we might plant a little bit more. And or a succession plant, where you plant some, and then once these are starting to get a little older, they're going to want to bolt and go to seed, and we'll plant some new ones so that they're a little bit later. It's good to plant lettuce early in the year, and then it doesn't do the best in the heat of the summer. We could put some shade cloth on here to keep the sun off of them, the heat off of them. But then we'll plant some more late summer so that we have some ready fresh in the fall, hopefully. If we get around to it, life's busy sometimes. And then we planted some in just some hanging pots. I think we're going to give these as Mother's Day presents to some of our family. So we got some more to do, but can only do a little bit at a time. Looks like a really big project to tackle this garden with all the weeds and everything, but I heard a saying, you can't eat an elephant in one day. You just got to take it one bite at a time. So there we go. So that's all for this video, I guess. If you like the video, we're probably posting one from last year on planting tomato plants. Might be before or after this video. Like and subscribe to this to our channel, and share this video with friends if it helps you. Again, this is the Farmer's Friend Gothic Pro Caterpillar tunnel. We got to get the end wall back on this side, but you can see it's 50 foot. It's very cost effective. We've raised a bunch of birds in here, and they fertilized it for a couple of years, and then we started going big on the greenhouse. And we're in a bunch of fruit trees here. We got peach, pear, nectarine, and everything in between, as well as our 85-foot strawberry garden bed, where we got to, it's starting to pop up. You can see there, our raspberries are popping up, our blueberries are popping up. We got cherry trees, little dwarf cherry trees and everything. So we're gonna get going on pruning some of that. It's hard to find the time sometimes, but we'll do what we can when we can. Got to cut the grass almost. It's starting to get nice out. So thank you. There's our end wall. We're gonna put back on with our exhaust fan, a Kingsford thermostat, to automatically turn on and off the exhaust fan, and it can turn on and off heat lamps that I might put on our tomato plants to keep them away from the frost on cold nights. So again, thank you for watching. If you watched to the end, we're going to try and post more of these videos in the future. We had a lot of crap, I'll say, go on in our lives with our family and stuff over the last couple of years, so we kind of took a break, bit of a hiatus from YouTube and whatnot. So maybe we'll get back to it if we can. But nice sunset over the farmland there in the background coming up. We're gonna enjoy the evening. Have a great spring. Happy homesteading from our family to yours. Thank you. All right, and when you're done planting, make sure to water your plants in. And as you're planting them, a couple tips I could give is make sure you got nice and loose soil. Try not to till it as much as possible, and dig in it as much as possible. Dig out any weeds you need, but make sure that you're not disturbing the soil too much. Make sure you're not killing those microbes, killing those worms, because that's what's beneficial to your plants. There's actually more microbes in a teaspoon of healthy living soil than there are people on this planet. That's over 7 billion microorganisms in a teaspoon of soil. So what those microbes do is they take organic matter and break it down into usable nutrients for your plants. So when you use pesticides and herbicides and till your garden or farmland, what you're doing is you're killing a lot of those microbes, and you're killing those bugs, and you're killing those worms, and you'll have a better yield the first year usually, because you just put in a lot of nutrients from those dead microbes and bugs and worms. But then every following year, you're going to be getting worse and worse. So if you do regenerative farming like this, every year, your soil gets better and better, and your plants should grow better and better every year, year after year. And then you get some chickens and ducks and whatever you might want to have, sheep or cows or whatever, and you just get a full cycle going. And that's what regenerative agriculture is all about. It's kind of just helping the cycle of life, the circle of life. So those microbes and the worms are what feed your soil and put voids in the soil particles, because plants grow in voids in soil particles, not in soil itself. So it grows in the space between soil particles. And what do worms and bugs and all those things do, especially worms, is they create voids in soil particles so those roots can grow, and they break down that organic matter, that old organic matter, into usable nutrients for your plants to grow. And no, plants don't just grow off of the 3 nutrients that we're used to hearing, NPK. They actually use a wide range of different nutrients to grow. Those are just the main 3 that they need. So just fertilizing with chemical fertilizers, you're going to get good looking plants. But that's why our food nowadays is nutrient deficient. It's said that an apple nowadays, you need 50 apples to replace the nutrient value that you have from an apple today, or an apple back in the 50s. So an apple today, you need to eat 50 apples today to get what you would from an apple back then. Sure, they got the size and they might have the calories and whatnot, but they don't have the nutrients that they have. And I believe that's where cancers and stuff are coming from, and all of our chronic illnesses. It's actually from a lack of nutrients in the human body. And it's not, farming practices nowadays are not sustainable. They're not healthy for you. And the only way to know that you're getting it done right, properly, is to do it yourself. And that's what we're doing. We do, I also do a lot of stuff just to save money. Times are tough, and I like doing different trades and stuff, so I do mechanic, electrical work. The black flies, let's go get some bug spray. I heard vanilla extract works better. We'll go try that. So it's just showing here, it's been a couple weeks later, it's a lot warmer. The black flies and mosquitoes and stuff are out now. Stuff's growing pretty good. We're still behind, been busy with work and whatnot, but you can see the lettuce we planted is growing pretty well. We've got even the tiny little ones are growing up a lot more. Some of them just barely, but they might survive. We've got to get them another water here, and then don't know what that is, but they're getting you, and the carrots are pretty bad. Okay, let's go get, I think vanilla extract might help. Those bugs are bugging you, aren't they, Ember? Our lettuce is looking good. You and Mommy did a good job of watering it when I didn't water it. Thank you. We're almost ready to eat some salad. All right. We're into the beginning of May now, and the lettuce is doing nicely. We haven't got our irrigation installed yet. We've got to get some more going on here. You can tell we got some weed seeds around sprouting over here, but there's not really anything much in with them. So there is a little bit, but that's the time you go and you can You can use a little tool and just disturb the soil, and it'll break up the weed seeds as they're starting to sprout and kill them off, or you can just go and pick them while they're really little, and then it's a lot less work. Not that I always practice what I preach, because sometimes life gets busy. And as you can see, we haven't even planted anything over there yet. Today I finally have a chance to get at some of it. But we're only homesteaders, and not everything we do is perfect. We try and do what we can when we can, but I work full time, so not everything has to be perfect. But try and post nice things on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and stuff, but you know what? I could go around and show you a bunch of stuff that's falling apart that I'm behind on, and you know what? We're just an average family. But we're trying to help you guys learn as we learn, and maybe you can learn from our mistakes. Maybe you can learn from the things we do well. I definitely don't always get to weed and garden beds on time, and not everyone will. Maybe if it's your full-time job. But anyhow, thought I'd give you an update. It's just about to post this video now, so we'll have some more videos to come as we start to plant some other stuff. If you followed us last year, you would have seen our greenhouse like a jungle full of food, just a food forest in here. And we had 16 feet tall tomato plants and cucumber plants and everything was just taking over. We had thousands of pounds of food harvested from this greenhouse, so let's see if we can do it again. I kind of signed off already, but